Hi guys, welcome to the Resinator. Today I'm going to do something I haven't done in ages and I don't think I've actually done on this channel, and that is some key rings. So let's mix some resin. So I've mixed my resin. The resin that I'm using today is the Janchum epoxy fast cure. Apparently it demolds in 4 hours, but I'm now using a heat mat most of the time, so it's actually quicker than that. I have made up 200 mils, so it's 1:1, so that's 100 of part A, 100 of part B. And because it's a deep amount of resin, I've been mixing this. I gave it a good 4 minutes. To be fair though, I'm going to be adding black to it. So the black that I'm adding is the Decorum resin dye paste. I've been trying to give it a good shake up because it's a new bottle, so I don't know what it's going to come out like. Quite oily on the top by the looks of it. Okay. I really don't know how much of this. I know with the white that I have, but I'm not sure with this black. So we're just going to have to keep adding it and suck it and see. These dye pastes usually go quite a long way, and I want this a really nice opaque black. As always, when you're using resin or any kind of resin, make sure that you're wearing the appropriate PPE, so gloves, mask, respirator, apron. If you're using UV resin, make sure you're wearing eye protection for when you are using the UV light. This is actually taking quite some mixing in. It's very streaky, but it's, like I say, it's a new bottle and it's probably been sat on the shelf for ages. That said, I'm going to put some more in. So I'm going to keep going with this, and then I will come back to you when I'm ready to pour. So this is ready to pour now. I've decanted some into a smaller silicone pot because these are small, and I think holding that great big thing in my hand while I'm trying to pour these small letters is going to be a bit of a hindrance. So I'm going to start pouring. I've marked out which letters I want to do, and here we go. You're probably thinking, why on earth is she just making all of these black? Well, I have a plan for these for when they've cured. So right now I just want plain black. So there we go. I've popped all that resin into my letters. They actually took less than I thought, so I've got a couple of little skulls. I've done moulds to the side of me and a little vase mould there. I always get excited when it's almost time to open, demould anything in a dump mould, because you never know what you're going to get. Okay, so these I just need to leave to cure, and then once they're demoulded I will move on to the next stage. As you can see, these have finished curing now, and I've actually demoulded them all, but I'm only going to show on camera with these two what I'm actually going to do with them. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm making key rings, but I'm going to do something else to them. So what I have is nail foils. There we go. So basically what I'm going to do is cover them in these nail foils, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's move these to one side. These are quite awkward. They flutter about everywhere. So first of all, we need to use this. This is nail foil glue. This came with the set. This set is by Burano, and it actually came with whatever I've done with them. But there we are. A bag with just loads of different patterns and colours and designs of these nail foils, and two bottles of this nail foil glue. So first thing I'm going to do is paint them both with a thin coat of this nail glue. Make sure that you get everything. You don't want too much that it runs over the edges, but you do need to make sure that you've got everything that you want covered with the nail foil coated with the glue. If you don't, you're going to have, when you pull the foil off, you're going to have little gaps. So I'm just going to paint it all the way to the edge. Don't worry about going over the hole. You'll see why shortly. I'm going to take off a bit of the excess. And then I'm going to move on to the other one. I've chosen these two letters, by the way, because one of these is for my husband, who's Steve, and one of these is for my daughter, who's Alicia. I've already done one for my son, Zach. I did the Z when I was testing out how to use the foils. Now this nail glue is UV, so once I've painted them all over, what we need to do is to just cure this glue, not completely. They'll just go under the lamp for 30 seconds. Okay. There we go. Now I've only got 3 minutes and 5 minutes on here, so I'm just going to count to 30. So there we go. They've had 30 seconds each, so I'm going to move that one out of the way to start with. And I need to find my little tool. This silicone tool actually came with this set as well, and it's got like a pointy end, which is like brush tip, and a wedged end. So this one is for my daughter, so we are going to measure this up, and then I'm going to cut off the right size piece, purely because, like I said, they flutter around a lot, and working with excess gets to be a bit of a pain. So I'm going to move that to one side and put that away with my others later. And then we're going to lay this over so I'm just dabbing it on to start with, and then I'm going to use the wedge tool to smooth the foil over onto the glue right the way up to the edges. Don't forget, any bits that you miss will mean that the foil won't stick in that place. The rest of it will, but then you will end up with a chunk missing. So I'm going to leave that just for a minute while I do this one. I don't know why I bothered putting my scissors away, really. It wasn't very intelligent of me, was it? Okay, so that part of the S is a little bit wider. So let's go a little bit wider there. And repeat the process with this one. I've got a little crease there. Hopefully I'll be able to work that out. I'm not too good at all this fine, tiny work, so I have to take my hat off to anyone who's a nail technician who works on teeny tiny nails all the time, because I don't think I would be able to do that. I don't think this one's going to come out that well, actually. I might have to redo it where the creases are. So yeah, try not to crease it when it goes down. Okay, I'm going to take this one off first because I'm not sure that this one's worked. So we now very carefully and slowly pull the foil off, and it should, if I can get hold of it, and it should leave the transfer. Oh, it has worked. Oh, excellent. Although the blue doesn't show up that well on black, and you can see, hopefully, here, that even though I went over the hole with the glue, because the glue didn't actually go in the hole hasn't been covered over by the foil. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. hopefully this one will be good as well. So again, very gently, this one's fiddly to get hold of, very gently pull the foil off. There we go. That's come out really pretty too. Now there are a couple of little bits that have missed there that may have been possibly bubbles actually in the resin, but they're still really cool. I really like those. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to seal that in, is to pop a little bit of UV resin on them both, just to seal them. This UV resin is J Diction high viscosity, and it comes in a set of 3 where you get a bottle of high viscosity, a bottle of low, and a bottle of normal. They're 100-gram bottles, and I'll pop a link in the description. It's a really good little kit actually, because for projects like this where you need the thicker one, because this thicker one's so much better for dome coating. And when this resin's dropping on there, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's bringing out the colour really well. This bit I do try not to get any in the hole, because right now I wouldn't have to drill it out, but if I get any of this in the hole I will have to then drill through the hole again. And it's not a hardship, but why give yourself more work? So I'm just going to move that to one side for a second while I do this one. And after everything that I've just said, I've just realised that I've gone straight over the hole. But never mind, because it's an example of what not to do, isn't it? And while I don't claim that these videos are tutorials, it's always good to see what not to do. Right, let's see if I've got something that I can pop in that hole, and hopefully, oh, perfect. There we go. Micro brushes fit in the hole perfect, so hopefully there won't be any UV resin down that hole now. So the next thing I'm going to do is pop these under the UV light again, but I'm going to give them the full 5 minutes. And then when these are done, I'll pop back, but I'll also show you the keyring that I did for myself when I was seeing if this technique worked. Okay. So these are all cured now, and as you can see, they've come out really pretty. The blue you can't really see until the light shines, till it catches the light. But once it catches the light, it's really pretty. I can see a couple of little spaces there where I've missed the UV resin, but I will go over those again. And then I'm going to pop jump rings in the top there, This is my locker key from work, by the way. I'm going to put a jump ring in the top and then attach a key ring. This is one that I did again while I was seeing if this whole thing would work, with a patterned nail foil on the top, and it's just same as the others, black resin with the nail foil. Yeah, so there you go. Personalised key rings. So I've got loads of other letters to do. I'm probably going to do those in lots of different colours, and then I'll either keep them for trinket trading when I go to Fantasy Forest next year, and possibly give some as gifts for colleagues, you know, just to say thank you for, you know, to my team for working so hard all the time. So yeah, I should be making more of those and dishing them out. So there you go. So guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Please like and subscribe and share the channel. It's a couple of clicks. It's free and it really helps my channel grow. Thank you to everybody who's already subscribing. There's links to everything that I use in the description, and also links to my Etsy shop and to buy me a coffee. Anything that comes in from that goes straight back into the channel. And all that's left to say is thank you everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys. Bye.